Wiltshire, England. Atop Salisbury Plain stands arguably the most iconic ancient structure in the world, Stonehenge. Constructed around 3100 BC, this enigmatic monument has captured our collective imagination for centuries. But what most people don't realize is that this Stonehenge landscape is also a massive graveyard. Throughout the area, thousands of ancient skeletons have been recovered, and apparently, many of the deceased suffered from devastating afflictions.
The area around Stonehenge is absolutely littered with people who have got all sorts of traumas, from the mundane through to some very serious conditions. It's very clear that many of them had physical injuries that had gone on, broken arms, all the usual range of things. For example, one of the skeletons of those people, on his left knee, the kneecap is missing. There was some kind of trauma. The second thing, which is obviously wrong with him, is that there is an abscess on his jaw, which must have been excruciating in life.
It's easy to assume that so many people buried near Stonehenge suffered from numerous ailments because they simply lived in ancient times and did not receive proper medical care. But according to archaeologists, the truth may be far more intriguing.
In 2008, an important discovery was announced regarding Stonehenge. There was a discovery of a mass of skeletons buried in the region, and 50% of these skeletons discovered had come from somewhere else. So what does this tell us? They came here for something. It's possible that Stonehenge could have been used as a healing site, a type of temple for healing.
Did ancient people travel to Stonehenge in order to be healed? And if so, what made them think that coming to this mysterious monument would cure them? Some say the answer can be found by examining the stones themselves, and more specifically, what are known as the bluestones.
Around Stonehenge, the outer structure is made from essentially local stones. That's the things we often see. But inside Stonehenge, we have these bluestones. They're called bluestones because they do have a kind of a bluey, greeny color to them, and they also have white spots inside them. We've got a number of strands of evidence which support the idea that these stones were being used for healing. One of them is that we know from scientific studies that those stones come from southwest Wales in what we know as the Preseli Hills. It's about 140 miles or so as the crow flies from Stonehenge. The stones in the Preseli Hills must have been considered special in some way, because we can trace back through folklore accounts of people using water in association with the stones to help promote healing. And so Stonehenge was a place of healing, I'm sure. We shouldn't, though, compare it to a modern hospital, because medical science back then was much more to do with belief, was much more to do with faith. Stonehenge was all about using belief, using the power of the bluestones as the means by which healthcare was dished out, as it were.
These ancient cultures, particularly in Britain, were immersed in the traditions of believing in the power of nature. And certainly something as majestic as these stones would be something that could have an energy that could potentially help them.